Hold up. Yeah.
What's up YouTube and welcome back to a new episode of F1 Manager. I haven't played the game for a while, but the game is going places. It's definitely going better and better, and many people ask me, what about a guide? What about a nice little guide, a good advanced guide for people starting F1 Manager and for people who want to compete how to win an F1 Manager? And yeah, I'm bringing in here my experience on that one. And first of all, ladies and gentlemen, are you a big F1 fan, like in real life? Which one is your favorite driver? Let me know down below. I have a couple of ones, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So, F1 Manager it's unlike Motorsports Manager. It's actually a game where you race and you do some decisions and so on. But before we get into the race, a little bit about the surroundings here and how to optimize this. First of all, you get crates. Crates you get in order if you go for a race. If you do duels or Grand Prix events, you can get crates. Those crates are then appearing here as the slots. 4 of them, you know this game, if it's like from Clash of Clans or something like this, they're kinda perfectionate. They're kinda well, you know what Supercell did, and now everybody else does it as well. So you got those crates, you open them. Make sure that one little advice, every time when you leave the game, make sure you have a crate going on. So race as long as you get a crate, open it, leave the game, let it rest, come back, open the crate. So this should be kind of like your routine. And you have a free crate. Usually you get like 2 free crates, which you can open at the same time, which is very nice. Every 4 hours, make sure that you check now and then back, opening those free crates. Then you have a race crate here on the bottom. Race crate is not available where you need to get 100 points, but you probably know that. However, what some people are neglecting is actually the free coins crate, which is here on top. You see free coins, collect now. If you click on that one, you will watch a video, you get coins. Coins are not too difficult to get. And that's why some people might think like, why should I do it? But once you watch a series of videos, we talk about 6, 7, then you get a free crate, which is very, very cool. So just watch a couple of videos. You don't even need to watch them, you know. You can just like click on the video and, I don't know, do your dishes or do your homework or watch some TV or something like that. And then just go, get your crate, be happy. Very nice. Then we have the booster game. What are boosters? So if you click here on the left, you will see asset market, and you see here boosts. We have 6 different kind of boosters. And let's actually go here into assets, and there we see those are the ones I currently have. I have 2 self-control boosters. I have 1 warrior booster, and each one is giving you different stats. So for example, the self-control one gives you fuel use and tire use, and this little dash here, this mark here, which means 1, means like it's level 1. It's not the strongest. It's like the lowest booster which you can use. When you use a booster after the qualifying, you can actually attach a booster to a driver or to both drivers, and this booster is holding as long as you're not pitting. So that means make sure you select the right wheels, the right tires, because if you do the wrong tires and you have a booster and you think like, oh no, it starts raining or it is raining and I have like slicks on it and I need to pit, then the booster is gone. So make sure that you have the right booster. Then we have the warrior booster with block, fuel use to level 2 overtake. Then we got ballast, and it goes all the way down to hex, which is the strongest booster, and that's why it's the most expensive one. You see, you can get 9 for 325. Well, here you can get 9 for 10. I definitely recommend you now and then to actually buy some of those boosters. Here the 9 pack for 325 seems like a good deal. Now and then you will get enough bucks for that. Because how to use the bucks, which is like the cash dollars, which is this one. The bucks, how to use them, because they are the hard currency, means they are very tough to get. Now and then you will get a little bit of them, and you can use those to actually buy legendary crates, platinum crates, gold crates, and so on. And you can use them to buy stuff on the market, on the asset markets. Buying things on the asset market, I would not recommend you so much to actually spend your bucks there. Rather go for the boosters. But if you feel like you want to buy something, then I recommend you to go and buy something when you're close to finish it. For example, here, if we think about now Paris, or if you think about the racing line, the epic front wing, obviously I don't have those. That's why it says new, and I'm like, ooh, Ooh, that would be interesting, right? But you would get it as a level 1. Nothing is happening. You have one item of those, and that doesn't make so much sense to spend the bucks on those. If you want to spend something, then you should check your car selection here. You should check where are you the closest. For example, here, laser lock. I'm only missing two more to upgrade this one. So if you have the chance to actually buy those, if you can buy 1 or 2 out of those of the asset market, then go for it. Then definitely go for it, give it a try. But if you, like here for example, have a rear wing of level 0 out of 10 and you buy one, this doesn't really move the needle for you, not at all. So don't waste your bucks for that one, because it rather makes much more sense to actually go and buy some boosters with this. So that about that. Then about the car itself, you have 6 different parts, as you can see, and these different parts then give you the basic number here. All those parts adding together, accumulate together the number of power, aero, grip, reliability, and average pit stop time. Especially average pit stop time, you will feel like, ooh, this is an interesting one, and definitely very important. So you see, for example, the engine here, the Zen engine, has a reliability of 4. Reliability means that your car can break down. If your reliability is getting lower and lower, you should make sure maybe you want to switch up a couple of things, because having a breakdown during a race will end up in 6 extra seconds during the pit stop. So if you have a pit stop of 5 seconds, we're talking about 11.3 seconds, and that's a lot. That's a long time, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to be there. You definitely don't want to end up there. Then, obviously, which driver you want to take? Well, it depends on what kind of race you're doing. So if you go, for example, now into the race section, into duels, and then you see you have different series. Right now I have 4 series available. I'm very close to unlock the next one if I get 89 more flags. What means very close? Well, I'm on my way to it. And you see each series gives you more cash, gives you like, okay, prize money 120,000, you get 12 points if you win, you get 8 minus points if you lose. Here you get only 6 minus points if you lose, but you only get 9 points if you win, but that's a wet season. So looking at it, for example, wet season means it can rain a lot, and if it rains you will have rain drivers basically. So if you go on it right now, for example, if I look at Vettel, his wet weather ability is 39. Not the best, not the strongest, it's like medium. But look at this one. Lewis Hamilton has a wet weather ability of 100. And so if you're entering actually Series 3 and you have a lot of rain, you might want to change to a driver who looks a little bit weaker but has a stronger wet weather ability, because this wet weather ability plus the overtaking ability makes Lewis Hamilton really epic in this moment, because if it's raining, he's going off like a rocket. That's what I'm talking about. Same here. The defending of Vettel is really nice, so you can kind of like, many times I have races where Hamilton is in front and Vettel is kind of behind him. I let Vettel drive on medium speed and Hamilton is just speeding away, because it helps me a lot. Like, Vettel is really trying to defend the position so no one can overtake him, and Hamilton is just going away and getting us the required amount of points to actually win the whole race. So this is about that. But what about the rest? What about the actual race? So let's look now and go into a race now. So we will go now and actually enter a race, and I will give you my 2 cents there, all the tips and tricks how to actually win a race. So Great Outdoors it is. It's a simple one. Just I want to focus a lot on giving you the right details. So we go to Hungary ring. Each ring has a different amount of laps. You should keep that in mind. After a while playing the game, you should know, okay, this ring has 7, this ring has 5, this ring has 9, and so on. So you see the weather. We have 19 degrees cloudy, means we still could go with slick tires there. The qualification here looks, oh yeah, interesting one. We got 8. Oh, and we got some rain going on. Super interesting. So first advice here, don't start with wet tires or hard tires. Really try to get as many miles in to your slick tires as possible. Those are just the best tires. You can get the most speed out of this one, and that's what you should try to do. So this is what we're trying right now, going all slicks. That's kind of, is he doing the same? Yeah, our opponent is absolutely doing the same. I'm always I don't know, I really like the overview, because especially when your drivers are a little bit further away from each other, you want to have an overview. You want to see where everybody is, because it might be that you're just missing out your pit stop. You see, currently we're leading thanks to, I recommend in the beginning, right at the start, especially when you're, right now it wasn't so good the position wise, but let's say you're in position 5 or you're in position 4 in qualifying and you did a really well qualifying round. Right at the beginning, I'm recommending you guys that you should go for a speed start. So that means just at the beginning, first half round, just go quick, because it feels like many times you can overtake a lot of opponents at the first couple rounds, first couple turns, not laps, first couple turns. That's what I'm talking about. So doing half a lap of like speed, and only one guy. I usually only do one guy. Like I said before, the other guy here is doing the defending. He's standing behind. He's trying to keep that position as long as possible, while Hamilton is trying to go ahead. So you see, sometimes you get those informations, those details, little radio talks from your racers. Most of the times you can definitely ignore it and override it when they want to do something, and because many times they want to slow down when it's only half a lap left, and you're like, seriously, are you kidding me right now? I know what I'm doing. Here it starts raining now, as you can see, but don't be afraid immediately of the rain, because we don't get 100% off. So at the beginning it goes, obviously we go a little bit slower there since the rain is starting, but we just timed it perfectly. We used our slick tires almost like for 80% of the lap before it started raining, so that went well. And another thing about the whole pitting, pit stop is, I mean, it's the most important thing we have in this game, obviously, is pit stop. He's leading right now. He's leading, but we both have wet tires on, so that's definitely a benefit. Plus we have fresh wet tires and we can just like pass guys. You see Hamilton, he's pushing. He's like, let me go, man. Hamilton and wet weather ability. What did I tell you guys? He's killing it. He still is going on slick tires, so he definitely need to go for a switch there. There he goes in. One guy he's still sending out. I'm like, okay, well, you go and try. I think I'm about to overtake you very quick. There we go, leading. Another thing regarding the pit stop is, especially after the qualification round, if you're very close to each other, you want to make sure that you kind of increase the gap between your drivers. That could mean that one driver is just going fast and the other one is going a little bit slower. Anything to increase that gap. Why is that? Because when you're pitting, only one driver can pit. That means if one driver is 16 and the other one is on 17, and both need to pit, then you have an issue right now, because both going into the pit stop, and the other one driver who's getting in, he's getting a pit stop, and the other one is just standing and queuing up, and that's worse. That's just like almost like a breakdown of the engine, and we talk about those 6 seconds. That means you have like a double pit stop time for one driver, and that's destroying it a lot. So you want to make sure that you kind of stretch out the gap between both drivers, and making sure that once you need to pit, then it doesn't need to be a gap in terms of like a distance gap, but maybe a gap in terms of at least like the tires, you know. Right now it's perfect for me. Vettel is ready. He needs to pit. His tires are worn out. Then on the other side, Hamilton has fresh tires, so he can actually finish this whole race right now, I think, with those tires, and that's kind of giving us the advantage there. So I think I'm sending in Vettel quick, because I think those last, going half a final lap on 0 tires is a little bit like, ugh. You can go a quarter or something on 0 tires, but half and 3/4, ooh, it's getting tricky. It's definitely getting a lot more riskier than before, because I played races where I was like 10 positions ahead, and then I'm doing I'm starting my last final lap and I have 0 tires. And I'm thinking like, I'm doing it. No, this guy is slowing down. I'm losing 10 spots and I'm losing the pole position in the race finally. And so that's something you don't want to do. So you see, my pit stop strategy worked off here. He was a little bit too risky regarding his slicks on wet tires. He went for an extra round, which he shouldn't have done. Otherwise, he might have had a chance. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my little advice. How to win in F1 Manager. I hope it helped you a little bit. Let me know down below which is your favorite driver. And I wish you a pleasant day, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Casual Mobile Gamer, and I'm out.